right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
We begin with breaking news tonight in North St. Louis County. The Missouri Highway Patrol telling us one man is dead after a driver hit him on I-270. This happened just after 9 tonight near New Florissant Road. Right now, the two left eastbound lanes are closed. We will bring you more information just as soon as it becomes available. Right now at 10, after several years of planning, 2 new basketball courts are now open at Tower Grove Park. Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Brent Solomon. Today, city leaders cut the ribbon on the courts that's expected to make a huge impact on youth in the area. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend takes us to that grand opening.
These are the new basketball courts here at Tower Grove Park in South St. Louis, and as you can see, these kids couldn't wait to show off their moves.
I think they're really cool.
It was a super cool day for 13-year-old Roman Thomas. He lives down the street from the new basketball courts.
I can ride my bike down here, and I'll probably be down here like probably every weekend. And I can ask my friends if they want to come down to play basketball.
Hundreds of children of all ages, parents, and city officials packed this section of the 289-acre park to celebrate the grand opening of the 2 basketball courts. They're located near Arsenal Street and Bent Avenue. Come on, Mayor Tashara Jones was here for the official grand opening.
It's important for our young people to have safe spaces, to have fun for free.
Decades ago, several basketball courts were removed from parks around the city due to crime concerns. Concerns some aldermen and other critics said had racial overtones. Mayor Jones says the focus should be on the positives and how these courts benefit kids in many ways.
I think it's important to put basketball courts back in our public parks. The public park that's just across the street from my house has a basketball court, and we don't have any problems there. And Forest Park is also considering one as a part of its master plan.
Hands down, these long-awaited basketball courts scored big among 7-year-old Lucy Pratt and her friends who just wanted to enjoy the game.
You get to dribble and have fun playing sports. It's just fun seeing everybody else happy and everybody getting scores.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And Forest Park is also getting its own basketball courts. According to Forest Park Forever, they hope to break ground before the end of the year. Let's go ahead and switch gears now and take a live look over downtown St. Louis. What a clear and cool night to close out the week. Meteorologist Jim Castillo now with a look at the weekend forecast. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Brent. Happy Friday. So 73 today, and St. Louis City SC square off with Seattle for tomorrow at 8 p.m. So this is what it looks like. You know, after tomorrow's high of 76 and very gusty, the wind starts to die down, probably still a little bit breezy at the start of the match there, 63 degrees at 8 o'clock, and the sunset is at 6:16. All right, for tomorrow night. So clear tonight, less wind out there. Sunny, very gusty tomorrow. Some of the gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. And cool and sunny as we get into Sunday. There's a little bit of a front coming in here as we get into tomorrow. And the only thing that happens with that is we cool down to 67 on Sunday after that high Saturday of 76 degrees. Much more on that much needed rainfall for next week. I'll time it out for you coming up.
Tonight, 2 Americans held hostage by Hamas are now free. Evanston, Illinois residents Judith Rannon and her daughter Natalie were kidnapped on October 7th while on vacation in Israel. New photos released by the White House and U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem show President Biden spoke with the Rannons earlier tonight. Hamas's military spokesperson said the 2 were released for humanitarian reasons and in agreement with the Qatari government. The U.S. is now focusing on the release of 10 other Americans there.
No family anywhere should have to experience this torture. What I shared with the families, as the President did as well, is that the entire United States government will work every minute of every day to secure their release, to bring their loved ones home.
The Ronins are now in care of the Israeli Defense Forces. No word on when they will return to the U.S. As the war continues in the Middle East, area advocates brought their passionate concerns to St. Louis City Hall today. Police had to even escort dozens of protesters out of the Board of Aldermen chambers for disrupting the meeting. The board introduced several resolutions expressing solidarity with Israel and condemning Hamas. Protesters say the statement failed to mention Palestinians killed by Israeli forces. They say the words of elected leaders make a difference, and even the words they leave out.
They use those charged words purposefully, and of course it enrages us. Of course we have to state that Palestinians' lives matter no matter what, even if it's not going to make a difference in Gaza right away, but we will state our opinion that we're here all the way in St. Louis and we're still supporting Gaza.
The protesters called on city officials to urge Congress and President Biden to support a ceasefire in Gaza. Tonight, a St. Louis Circuit judge has agreed to step aside in the lawsuit challenging a Missouri law that restricts gender-affirming care for minors. At a hearing today, Judge Stephen Omer said assigning a new judge could delay the case into next year. Omer was appointed by the state Supreme Court to preside over the lawsuit, which seeks to overturn the law. It's not clear when a new judge will be appointed. And new tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court putting Missouri's Second Amendment Preservation Act on hold. Today, the High Court rejected an emergency appeal from the state. The law imposes a $50,000 fine to officers who knowingly enforce federal gun laws that don't match up with state restrictions. It was ruled unconstitutional by a district judge, but allowed to remain in effect. A federal appeals court then blocked enforcement. Tonight, a man is behind bars, charged in the murder of his own girlfriend. Maryland Heights police found Tanisha Givens dead inside of a room at the Motel 6 yesterday morning. Surveillance video reportedly showed the suspect, identified as Keno King, leaving the room. Police later found the suspect in the victim's car in Hazelwood. King is in custody on a $750,000 bond. Well, the Wentzville School District is adding more security at its board meetings after threats of violence and disruption. The board made that decision last night at a meeting that lasted more than 5 hours. Multiple speakers spoke, an argument broke out, and the board president had to ask police to address the situation several times.
I'm not surprised by that. I think that with the climate that we see and with some of the vitriol that is going on within this district in particular, I think it is needed.
Well, two members who voted against the measure are the two whistleblowers who complained to the Attorney General about trans bathroom policies. The AG is now suing the Wentzville School District, saying the board violated Missouri's open meetings law. Tonight, a data breach is under investigation at St. Louis University. The school says someone got access to staff and students' personal information, which includes social security numbers and medical information. They also assessed email accounts between December of 2022 and July of this year. The school is sending letters to all of those who are impacted. A change of leadership at Webster University. Today, Chancellor Elizabeth Strobel announced she will retire on December 31st. That announcement coming after a report found Webster lost more than $128 million over the past decade. Last month, students protested budget cuts and a pay raise for both Strobel and President Julian Schuster. The same day, faculty voted that they had no confidence in either administrator. Strobel says she will continue to support the college through alumni relations and fundraising. Coming up, it's been a historic inaugural season for City SC. The weekend-long celebration happening at City Park.